Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, I guess oddly enough, right now I'm here to do another one right now, since after my really exhausting marathon of course, reviewing all these Christmas movies and specials for all of you guys, but hey, I guess it actually does feel good to, of course, get it off my back, and for good timing too, because currently, as of right now, my family and I are currently getting ready for, of course, Christmas this year, despite all these difficult times that we're going through right about now. But I kind of figure that I really don't need to say anything that I would figure some things out for sure, but it's still moving along pretty smoothly right about now, acting like everything is all normal and stuff. And yeah, speaking of which, and yeah, I think I know I did state that, of course, to wrap up my ongoing marathon of some anime shows that I've overlooked. I did state that, of course, I will actually conclude this marathon by looking at the Rising of the Shield Hero, and don't worry, I will eventually get to that, and like I said, I promise I will, of course, talk about that show just before Christmas for sure, so yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that, but in the meantime, I figured to probably do like maybe 2 or 3 that I thought I would cover right, but now, like not just this one, but also one that's requested to me by a fan of mine that has done this before last year, and of course, not to mention, of course, on the latest season of a show that I covered earlier, that I would love to talk about for sure, but don't worry, my thoughts video on the Rising of the Shield Hero to conclude my marathon is coming. You just gotta be patient, and I will let you guys know once I do start watching that show right about now. But yeah, I guess enough about that and all the stuff relating to Christmas and whatnot right about now. Let's get right on to this thoughts video right about now, and yeah, I guess right about now, I think this one I have to say is actually quite a unique one, to say the least, and of course, since I know I've done plenty of stuff on Netflix for sure. In fact, I dare even say I've actually covered stuff on Netflix in almost the same way I've covered almost everything that I need to say on Disney Plus for sure. That's gotta be something, so yeah, I guess right about now, I think for, of course, this thoughts video right about now, I think I might as well ask you a very simple question. Are you fully aware that Netflix had just recently released a movie about the Prom? No? That did not spark any curiosity into your heads? No? So, okay, well, I guess that's the subject of course, my review right about now. For, of course, this thoughts video right about now, I think the case I'm trying to put out here, I think for, of course, this thoughts video, today's movie I'm going to be talking about is, of course, entitled, well, The Prom. So, yeah, I guess if anything, I think I know a lot of you guys are thinking, wait a minute, a movie about the Prom on Netflix? That's what you're talking about? Well, actually, yeah, to say the least, that is what I'm gonna be talking about, and yeah, just not to, just earlier tonight, depending on when I'm recording this, it's already landing on Netflix as we speak, and yeah, I guess oddly enough, it's actually a unique one, to say the least. So, but yeah, a little bit of context before I get started. Now you might think the Prom is, of course, one of those ideas that would sound crazy, to say the least, but it would actually quite interest you, because for a while it actually does have some really great ideas, and actually has a lot of heart and soul in what it's trying to do. I do kind but at the same time, it just hardly lacks any of that, but still trying its best for what it's doing, so yeah, And of course, just a little bit of context for sure, in case a lot of you guys don't know. The Prom is, of course, not something that is thought of right at the last minute just to gain some viewership. No, not at all. I think this movie I'm, of course, talking about is, of course, based on the Broadway show of the same name. So yeah. I guess if anything, Netflix had just recently put out a movie about the Prom that is, of course, adapted from a Broadway musical about the Prom. So yeah, and I guess just a little quick heads up real quick. I think I know for sure the heck, if you know me pretty well, and mainly came from part of my family's bloodline, I absolutely love Broadway musicals for sure. So yeah, and I think I do recall back in 2010 all the way till 2015, my family and I would actually go down to New York City for, of course, these day trips for sure. And one of the things that we like to do is, of course, catch a Broadway show while we were there. And yeah, I think I'm actually a real sucker for that, and I just love on how well it turned out. For, of course, what I'm seeing, with, of course, not just seeing a good number of shows that are down in the Big Apple, but also some touring companies of some Broadway shows, to say the least. And so yeah, I think it's pretty clear I absolutely love Broadway musicals for sure. And yeah, I guess in case for the context of this musical, The Prom, I never actually saw it when it actually opened up, because I think I was, I got extremely busy with, of course, you know, college stuff and plenty of others that I just didn't have the time to, of course, go back down to New York City to catch a Broadway musical, but I do wish to do so in the near future once I get everything settled and out of the way for sure. But hey, trust me when I say that will happen. But I guess in the case of this musical, I never actually saw the show in its entirety. I think I've only seen clips and a few select bits of course, of the show. But from what I'm seeing, it actually does look quite interesting. So yeah, I guess right about now, it actually does look interesting for what it's doing, but I sadly never got the opportunity to saw it, mainly because, well, ever since last year, it closed, so that sucked. So yeah, I guess if anything, I think it's pretty much my context on the musical, The Prom, just to get that out of the way. But I guess for that matter, I never would have imagined that they would actually make a movie based on, of course, this musical, let alone Netflix actually picking that up for sure. So yeah, I think you could have actually just begged money about pretty much watching a video about me complaining about cuties, but instead I'm giving you a full-on review of The Prom for sure. So yeah, I'm giving you this instead of cuties right by now. Though, yeah, like I said, I'm definitely not watching Cuties, so no matter how hard you try, you cannot make me watch Cuties. I refuse to watch it, I refuse to, I refuse to watch it, I refuse to review it, end of freaking story. So yeah, I think, yeah, I seem to be getting out of topic right about now. I think I might as well talk about this movie for sure right about now. So yeah, I guess if anything, I never would have imagined that they would actually make a movie based on, of course, this musical. But I guess seeing of how I absolutely like movie musicals if they're done right, let alone movies adapted from Broadway musicals, I've decided to give it a fair shot and see how it does. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can do for sure. But hey, I gotta give you something. Alright. So yeah, now that of course I have finished watching the whole movie, I guess the only question remains, what do I think of it overall? Well, I think I will say I'm kind of a bit indifferent on this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it actually does have some really good ideas. It actually is pretty peppy and upbeat with what it's trying to do, and I think I really like on how well it actually comes close to being like the actual musical itself, but I guess in terms of what it's trying to do as a movie, for sure, it hardly lacks at that, for sure. So, excuse me for a second. So yeah, I guess if anything, it's not good, not bad, but I will say it's okay. Yeah, just okay. But I am not ashamed to admit, I did find myself having a good time watching it, regardless on that. So yeah, I guess but now I think to best describe why I actually felt that, I might as well go ahead and talk about the main aspects of course, this movie for sure. First of all is, of course, mainly the story for, of course, for this movie for sure. I think pretty much to best to describe it. Yeah, I think pretty much the plot to the Broadway musical, if I can read the movie correctly, is that 4 Broadway actors came out of course, what should have been a really strong opening night to their newest Broadway musical, but it sadly flopped. But that isn't until they come across pretty much a gay, pretty much a high schooler who is gay for sure, but she just downright, but she never got accepted to go to the prom because well, she's gay for sure. So now the 4 Broadway actors that I mentioned decide to go down to, of course, her hometown and actually help her out in getting her into the prom, even if it does mean taking drastic measures for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the whole plot of course, the musical that I can think of, if I can read the movie correctly. So yeah, I guess if anything, it's actually not a bad idea of a story right about now. I mean, as a musical for sure, I think with, of course, what it's trying to do as a story, yeah, I think with what it's trying to do with its story, I say it is a good one to actually follow through. I think just of course fighting for, of course, what's right about now, and of course provide some really interesting social commentary of course gay couples for sure. And I mean, I should know, I have nothing against gay people for sure. In fact, I know a couple of my family members I know that, of course, live hours away from where I live, are in fact a gay married couple for sure. So yeah, I have nothing against gay people for sure. And yeah, I mean, I should know, I do have an actual girlfriend. Not a guy has a boyfriend, just a regular girlfriend for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, for those people saying that are asking if I'm gay, well, trust me when I say I'm not for sure, and I don't think I will plan on being that, just to get that out there. But yeah, I think with, of course, for the story for, of course, the musical, it is actually done well, and I guess for the case of this movie, it actually is to which again, it is a good one to, of course, follow through, and I think the movie actually did do a fine job, and of course, what it's doing, it actually captures it pretty well. So yeah, and of course they even threw in some nice transitions and tricks, or pretty much transitions right about now, because I think what it's trying to do is that I think with, of course, what it's doing is actually to replicate the Broadway show for sure, and that's not actually that's not a bad idea right about now. Some other movies adapted from Broadway musicals have done this technique, but there's just one problem with that. I mean, if you're adapting a book, would you actually put words in front of the whole screen? I mean, it's way too freaking literal. So, but I think I think with, of course, what it's trying to do, I think pretty much as a Broadway musical, it can work. I think since it is and yeah, I do get the idea that it's trying to be more like a Broadway musical for sure, but I guess if you want to turn it into a movie, don't you instead want to make it more like a movie for sure? So yeah, that is actually the main problem for sure. In a Broadway musical, you can get away with, of course, this technique with, of course, moving sets, some really nice and colorful lighting for sure, that you can handle for sure, but I think the way the movie is trying to do, especially with, of course, following through to the story, I think it's kind of a bit degrading at the same time, and makes us hardly lose any focus on what it's trying to do. So yeah, I will give the movie credit for, of course, what it's trying to do with the story and actually capture the spirit of the musical that it's based on. But I mean, with some techniques, it can work as a Broadway musical, but as a movie, no, something's not right, and I just kind of feel that the whole movie aspect is taken away for sure, and not only that, I think I will say, I think the writing for this movie right about now, it's kind of hard to say, but however, I will give credit to, of course, the people who worked on the original Broadway musical to, of course, come into, of course, for, of course, this movie for sure, and I think what they're trying to do is, of course, really well done right about now, but I think with what it's doing for the most part, I think they just I think with, of course, what this movie is trying to do, I think it just does stuff like too fast right about now. Like, yeah, we do want to, of course, get right onto the stuff that we came in to actually see, but I think with what this movie has done, I think it's gone too fast that that you hardly lose any focus on what it's trying to do. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say. Alright. Now, of course, for the characters, I will say, again, they're not bad by all means, but I think with of course each and every one of them, I know their character developments are, of course, far different from, of course, what we've seen right about now, but I think with, of course, what it's trying to come across, again, it hardly lacks at that, but I mean, it's not their fault right about now. It's just not really that interesting right about now. But I know to actually counter that for sure, I will say this movie is very well casted. So yeah, the casting of course, this movie for sure, it's actually really, really great by far. And all the actors, and of course, in this movie for sure, I think they actually do pull off some really good performances right about now, and I will give them credit for at least trying their best to, of course, try not to, of course, make the characters uninteresting right about now. But it's not really enough to actually save the flick hands down. But hey, I think I guess if anything, for of course the characters, I have to say, I think I know. Yeah, or should I say for all the actors, I say the ones that absolutely stand out is, of course, the four main Broadway actors, played, of course, by Meryl Streep, James Corden, Andrew Reynolds, and Nicole Kidman for sure. I think all four of them are pretty fun to watch, and they do pull off some pretty good performances. But I think the only actor that, of course, I relate to the most is, of course, I kind of forgot her name, but I know she actually played Emma in the movie, so yeah, I think I think Jo is, of course, her name, so yeah, I think I will have to say Jo, who, of course, played Emma in this movie. I say I do relate to her the most. I think with, of course, what she's done, I think she actually did pull off a really great attempt, and of course, making her character work by far. So yeah, she actually stands out a whole lot, and I do admire her a whole lot. So yeah, it's what I can say. All right. Now, of course, for everything else that I have to say, well, it's very hard to explain in words, but I'll definitely try my best for sure. So I think, seeing of how this is, of course, a musical for sure, you gotta have some great music and songs, and I will have to say, the soundtrack in this movie is actually done well. I mean it too. I think with, of course, what's actually done right about now, I say, this movie does an incredible job with, of course, the music and the songs in this movie, and again, I think they actually really did an incredible job with that. Just sticking true to the songs and the Broadway show by far, but actually does it really well with some great. Yeah, I think I just really love on how I kind of forgot what I'm trying to say, but I think I really love of how I think I really love the great orchestra with, of course, what it's trying to do for, of course, the songs and the music in this movie, and I just really love on how mixed well. Yeah, I just really love on how well the sound mixing is for all of them, and so yeah. It's actually really great to watch. In fact, I dare even say that I would definitely pick up the soundtrack to not only this movie, but also the Broadway show after watching this for sure. So yeah, the soundtrack in this movie is actually done well, and I will have to say it is incredible for what it's doing. But I think I will say, with of course what the movie is presenting visually right about now, to which again, despite my major complaint, of course, some things that they tried to do in order to replicate the Broadway show by far, the rest I have to say is actually not that bad. I mean, some parts of it could use a little bit of a redesign, but I will give them credit for, of course, what it's doing, and they did put in a whole lot of effort in, of course, this movie right about now. It's not great, but it's still passable right about now, so. And of course, everything else that I can say is, of course, the directing in this movie, which is, of course, done by director Ryan Murphy. I think I will have to say he does do a fine job in, of course, what it's trying to do right about now. I think with of course the direction he's been given for, of course, this movie, it's not bad, it's not awful, but again, it's passable right about now, and so yeah, I guess it's what I can say, and I think I will say I think I absolutely really love how well shot the movie is, because this movie actually has some really great cinematography right about now, and yeah, I think it's actually done pretty well with, of course, what it's doing, but again, I think pretty much going back a bit to, of course, my complaints, I think the editing, I have to say, again, it's not bad editing right about now, but when we, of course, we need to get to the pepping up big musical numbers that I talked about earlier, I think you can, of course, I think you do want to be pepping up big for sure, and actually get down to the big for sure. That's what I was kind of hoping for with, of course, this movie. But the main issue with that is, of course, when we actually do get to all that, the editing in this movie is so rapid that it's hardly. I think it's hardly kind of noticeable to say the least, and I think you're almost begging to, of course, this movie to at least slow down or stop for a second. Like, dude, just chill for a second. Just give us some time to breathe, man. So yeah, I think it's pretty much my major complaint right about now, but again, I think if anything, the editing in this movie is not bad right about now, nor is it even that great, but it is, but I will give them credit for at least trying their best with, of course, what they're doing, but hardly ain't enough to, of course, what it has to do, so yeah, it's what I can say. Alright. So yeah, I guess that's everything that I need to talk about with this movie. So yeah, I guess overall, I guess the Prom, I have to say, it's okay right about now. Yeah, it's not good, not bad, it's just okay. I mean, but still, yeah, regardless, I will give it credit for, of course, what it's trying to do, and yeah, like I said, it does have some fun ideas, and you can do something great with it. But it hardly lacks any of that, but regardless on that, it's still passable to say the least, and I do give them credit for at least doing everything they can to make it work, and full-on props for doing exactly that. So, yeah, I don't really think it's actually a great movie right about now, nor is it even terrible. I'm somewhere in between, but hey, I couldn't help but say to myself that I did find myself having a good time with it, regardless on how I feel. I think it's not worthy enough to be good or absolutely fantastic, like, of course, Hamilton right about now, but I will give it credit that it's not god-awful for sure, nor is it even terrible like, say, Cats, for example. And hey, I will give this movie credit. At least this movie is not boring like, of course, the live-action Mulan remake that I covered last week, so yeah, I'll definitely give that movie credit. I can actually definitely stomach the Prom much more than the live-action Mulan remake, so yeah, you're hearing that right from me, folks. Yeah, start up whatever argument you want to say about it, but my opinion still stands, so yeah, and yeah, I think I definitely know, I definitely can say for, of course, one critic for sure, who is, of course, disguising as a My Little Pony OC that always says his opinion is the only thing that matters. And if you disagree with him, then you're a downright asshole for sure. So yeah, I'm definitely watching you, whoever you are. So yeah, don't make me hunt you down. So. Man, I'm getting way too ahead of myself, but hey, regardless, like I said, regardless, I have to say, I don't hate the Prom for sure, nor is it even that great. I'm somewhere in between right about now, but I couldn't help but say that I'm still recommending it for what it's trying to do. I may be indifferent over it, but it's definitely one ticket to the Prom that I would, of course, take up anytime soon. So yeah, I guess if anything, for my final score right about now, I'm definitely gonna give this movie, well, what else, a 6.5 out of 10. Like I say, it's not great, it's not awful, but somewhere in between, but I guess, if anything, I do find myself having a good time with it regardless, so yeah, I guess if you want something that is, of course, definitely above average for sure, but still can get you really peppy and upbeat for what it's trying to do, I say definitely fire up Netflix and watch this movie for yourself. Trust me when I say you will not regret it right about now. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for, of course, this Thoughts video right about now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know in the comment section below if you have seen The Prom and what you thought about it, as well as, of course, leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, as always, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you just want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up very, very soon. Hopefully, so yeah, and of course follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty other social media sites that I have provided if you want to keep up to date with me with every single one that I do. And of course, give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoy a whole lot, as it really does help this channel out. And of course, speaking of my channel, feel free to subscribe to it and turn on the notification bell and select all notifications if you want to keep up to date with me with, of course, each and every single new video that I put up. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest Thoughts video, and don't worry, I think all the other ones that I actually talked about before, especially my review on the Rising of the Shield Hero that's coming up very soon, trust me when I say I am definitely not breaking my promise for sure. If I say that, I'm definitely gonna get it. Yeah, man, I just can't speak today, but hey, if anything, if I say that I am going to, of course, give out my thoughts on the Rising of the Shield Hero before Christmas, I will get it out before Christmas. So that is one promise that I am not gonna break for sure. I will eventually get right onto doing that for sure. So yeah, and of course the other two that I mentioned, to which I won't actually spoil what ones they are. You'll just have to wait and see. But trust me when I say they're definitely coming. So, But hey, until then, I just gotta do what I need to do, and of course, keep giving you guys what you want, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, so yeah, that's literally about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.